loneliness is definitely one of the biggest factors that make the whole experience even worse. I mean, no one wants to be diagnosed with cancer, especially at 24 years old. It was a surgeon who just basically said, I can't do anything for you right here. You will have to see an oncologist. So that's how the news was broken to me. I, at the time, just thought very rationally and less emotionally. So it was just, okay, we can get through this, right? Like there's no real time to really like think about, what it really meant. And it was just more, how can we, move forward. I found out about immunotherapy through actually my parents at first because they had consulted with a Chinese speaking oncologist. And apparently that oncologist had been keeping up with the latest treatments and news. So immunotherapy, at least for me, wasn't available until I had failed at least 2 other treatments. So it was after multiple cycles of chemo and radiation. The Yescarta ended up being the third line treatment that saved my life. It was lucky that they just happened to know this private practice Chinese speaking oncologist, because otherwise, I don't think we would have known about CAR T, and we would have known to have asked my medical team about it. It's unfortunate to hear that a lot of minorities aren't able to access immunotherapy just because immunotherapy itself by nature is so new, and at least for CAR T, a lot of CAR T treatments are still in clinical trials. And so, yeah, I've definitely heard about how, people of color or minorities aren't able to even be considered for these just because of the language barrier, for example. But yeah, it's unfortunate to hear that because there's already a lot of disparities with minorities and just unequal access to care. When I walked into the hospital room, I just saw a care package that was left on my bed. And it turns out it was from a former patient who is treated in that very unit. And so just seeing that letter and just knowing that someone had put the time together to put together such a sweet gift gave me a lot of hope. And it motivated me and inspired me to basically pay the kindness forward. I decided to start my own organization. It's called Kits to Heart, and we give curated cancer care kits to patients in hospitals, but we also ship them directly to patients. Who knows what would have happened, where I would be if it weren't for cancer, but I'm very much happy with, the outcomes and the fact that I'm still here today. Not only did I survive it, but now I'm hopefully being able to spread some joy and give some hope to other people who are going through similar situations, especially during the pandemic. It's been very difficult, and just being able to do this work is incredibly fulfilling.